Hello. Okay, so I need to document what I just need to change this light. And try to see if I can go brighter. Here we go. Whoa, look at that. I need to document what is unfolding in my life at the moment while it is unfolding, because there's just been so much that has happened in such a short period of time, and I'm sharing it because of everything that I have undergone in my reality and how I've been able to handle it, the pressure that I've been put under, the everything that has transpired. It has truly just been the most incredible, exhausting, eye-opening, humbling, scary, loving, and appreciating part of my journey thus far. And I don't even know where I left off in my last video, because I think not much time has actually passed since that video versus this one. I think it's actually been 2 weeks. Yes, I think it's been 2 weeks since my last video explaining everything. So basically what has transpired is I was in a high court hearing unrepresented. I did not have legal aid to represent me. I was blindsided into a hearing. I have been bullied up until this point. I have remained calm. I have remained peaceful, and I have continued to be, what's the word? Not accommodating, but accommodating. Oh, I don't know what word is. I'm so tired. I am exhausted. I am getting a maximum of 4 hours of sleep per night. I've probably only had about 3 or 4 hours of sleep for the past couple of months, while I'm dealing with a high court matter where perjury has taken place, lying under oath has taken place, false accusations have taken place, and extreme accusations have taken place, where I have been questioned on my ability to be a good mother to Mason. Now, up until this point of his 7.5-year little life, I have been the one constant in his life. I have been the one stable in his life, and we have uprooted and we have been through a lot, but I've always ensured that we have fun. Regardless of the storm we're in, I make it the most fun. I mean, even when I went to high court, I said, I'm like, it's like an outing. It's like a school outing, and I've never been to this kind of building, and I've never had this experience, so I'm excited. And I look at life in such a different viewpoint now because of everything that I've been through. If I don't look at it from that viewpoint, it will suck me in. And you've got to make light of situations that are slightly heavier, because you have to be serious in, I've taken this matter extremely seriously because it's extreme, and the amount of money that is being spent on it, I cannot even fathom. I won't even be able to disclose that because it's not my part in it. But the amount of money that the other half has spent on this expedition has probably been an absolute waste and could have gone towards our son. And I speak so truthfully right now because I think I've just been through the most, and nobody knows what I'm actually going through. While I share motivational quotes, while I share happy videos, while I share memories, while I share or start revealing slowly a part of my story, there's so much unraveling in my life as it's happening that the world is unaware of. The world has had to be unaware of. I'm holding my clip. The world has had to be unaware of it because of the seriousness of this matter and the severity of it. I cannot disclose it while it's happening, so that's why I'm recording it while it's happening, so that I can share it once it's completed. But to give you just some ease as to what has unfolded in the past 2 weeks is we've moved in with my parents because it's been 5 years of bullying, 5 years of trying to destabilize my life. And I speak now honestly and truthfully because it has to be revealed how another individual can conduct themselves on another human being. And not just on another human being, but a smaller human being as well. And I've never spoken ill. I've always spoken with the utmost respect, and I don't put blame on anybody regarding anything that has unfolded and transpired in my life. But there are parts to how things have unfolded as they have unfolded. And, oh, it went darker. And there is an aspect to the unfoldings that have taken place thus far, and a certain individual has been involved in those unfoldings, and it's been an interesting activity to be a part of at this current time, because I've had to go through things that have happened that I forgot about, that affected us so badly. How Mason has been affected, photographs of what his body looked like. And there's no accusations here because I don't have the full truth and the full scope of anything that was happening without or with me not being present. But intuitively, I have always felt when something is off. And intuitively, I have always felt that this individual has had a vendetta against me and has made a point to bring me down. While I was at my lowest, this individual continued to try and deteriorate my life. While trying to deteriorate my life, he was doing that to our son. And basically going into a high court matter unrepresented and being accused of these things, that I'm mentally unstable, I'm not well, and I'm going to harm our son, that I don't actually care for our son at all, and that our son spends predominantly or a predominant amount of time with this individual. When accusations of that grandeur are made upon somebody who has continued to better themselves and share light to others through her pain and her darkness, I think a truth does eventually need to be revealed. And as I've mentioned before, I have documented everything unknowingly up until this point because there's a reason. My story is supposed to be shared to give you hope, to make you understand that whatever is happening in your life, as dark as it may seem, as difficult as it may seem, the only person that is able to change the situation that is happening and how you feel about it is you. You cannot expect to feel anything in the hopes that someone's going to make you feel a specific way. So I'm jumping all over the place because there's literally like my brain, guys. It is what I've done. I'm building an app. I've built a website. I am in the process of launching 2. I don't even want to use the word businesses because it's not businesses, it's ventures. And in doing so, I'm planning a retreat to another country and liaising with somebody in another country. I'm liaising with another individual on a separate part, in a separate entity in another country. I'm homeschooling Mason. I am not sleeping. I just went through last night. I went through over 300 pages that I had to sort out, highlight, and give proof of unlawful conduct towards me. And it's gone on for way too long now. And it's transpired to a point where it has gotten us to where we are at the moment. And with that being said, I'm on the phone with 2 separate individuals who are aiding in assisting me with regards to how the legal system works, but everything else I'm doing alone. I am on the phone with various people trying to register things that I'm busy working on. And I've been trying to build myself up continuously over a 7-year period. And I've always just been pushed down as I elevate by this certain individual who distracts my energy or focus off of the project that I'm working on because I'm rising, that it needs to come down and it needs to crash. So my energy and my focus will turn towards this individual, and I'm bullied, I am harassed, I am the verbal abuse that has gone on is absolutely insane. The threats. Now, my focus and my energy have to now steer this way. So what I'm working on falls. And every year for 5 years, it has been this cycle of build and drop and build and drop and build and drop. And this time, I've been able to, with my practices and with my growth and how much I've accumulated in becoming a better person, I've been able to focus on both concurrently. And it has been treacherous, and it has made me really see my growth, really see how far I've come, not only on a personal level, but as a mother and as a professional. It has made me see how much I've grown in what I know and the skills that I have acquired, what I'm capable of doing in a day, and how I'm able to conduct myself while there is so much happening in the background. Not a lot of people understand, and I continue through life without people even realizing what's going on, is the most powerful experience. I have transmuted my pain so instantly. I've been able to take a moment when I was blindsided in a hearing, okay? I was bullied for an hour by an advocate and an attorney that was screaming at me. My mother actually came through the passage because she wanted to intervene. After I got off of that extremity, I had a panic attack where I couldn't breathe because I had to have composed and conducted myself in such a manner, but I'm still a human being at the end of the day. So I had this panic attack. I was able to release the panic attack and then continue because I had to continue with the day and be present. So I've been able to take these situations and also live completely in the moment and in the now. I've been able to compartmentalize tasks, skills, and weave them together. I have been able to do design work and be on the phone and homeschool, and it's all these pieces that I'm literally doing at the same time, calmly and smoothly. I have been able to see how much I've gaslighted myself, how much I was belittled, and how much I see the true light in me, the true love in me. And I've been able to see how much the world is hiding and not confronting. I had a chat with the Uber driver today. The problem is not hunger. The problem is not crime. The problem is not greed. The problem is not hatred. The problem is your mindset. If you can understand how to utilize this, how to master this, and how to use this, you are able to do anything. I haven't earned an income. I haven't earned any money for an entire year. I sold everything to pay my bills, and I've decreased the value of my expenses per month. That I've been able to truly see the value of life, and I've been able to watch and observe how people are brainwashed into believing what is necessary in life. And I want you to understand that if you're going to fix something like hunger, world hunger, the problem is hunger, okay? So there are starving people all over the world, and feeding the starving people is not a solution. The solution is to teach those people how to better themselves. The solution is to teach those people how to grow their own food, how to put the seed in the ground, and how to grow the seed, how to cultivate, how to farm, how to live off of the land. The problem is not crime. The problem is this, because crime is because you are in lack. So you want to rob somebody because you feel like you can't pay your bills. So now you need to go and steal something, sell that thing, have the money to buy something. Then it becomes greedy because you see how much you're making from this crime. Now, it's fixing all of this. It's hurting people. You're hurting people because you're hurt. The world has lost being able to see, to truly see. And this is where I go back to the Uber driver. The conversation I had with him was just so profound, because we came here to love. And the highest vibrational frequency that we can live in is love. If you are in fear, love overrides it. If you are in pain, love overrides it. If you are angry, love overrides it. Love is the highest vibration, and love comes from your heart. We have forgotten how to live from our heart spaces because we are so hurt that we are judging each other, that we are trying to belittle one another, that we are working against each other, that we are harming one another because we are not loving ourselves. If you cannot love yourself, how are you going to give love? So the problem is this and this. And when you can connect those two as well as separate them, you will live harmoniously and you will be able to see what beauty we have all around us. I'm so going off topic right now, but so much. I always want to share so much, and it's I don't stop. And I have such a drive and a passion to help as many people as I can understand that you are loved. And whatever you've done, forgive yourself. Whatever or whoever you've hurt, forgive yourself. Start forgiving who you are and the past version of yourself. Because when you can forgive yourself, you can truly, truly step forward and live in unity, with love, through love, for love, to love, in love. And when we can live in unity is when we are going to live in heaven on earth. And I'm so passionate. So many people will tell you that I do not rest. I don't stop. I've constantly got an idea and I write it down. If I think of something, I write it down. If I'm doing something and I want to make a video because I thought of something, then I'm posting a video, or I'm sending a motivational thing, or I'm doing a yoga, or I'm sharing a yoga, or I'm building something, or I'm designing something, or I'm dancing, or I'm transmuting, or I'm sitting myself in meditation, or I'm journaling, or I'm reading, or I am so passionate about what I'm sharing because I can feel everybody's pain, and I can feel how separated we all are. And I wish that you can understand when you live in love, that vibration that I spoke of earlier, you are vibrating at the highest frequency. Children are vibrating at the highest frequency. That's why people will literally stop and be, oh my gosh, look how cute you are, because children emanate that love frequency. They are so pure of heart, and we've forgotten, we've disconnected from our child, our inner child, and we've become just so unnecessarily ugly, harmful, hurtful in words, in actions, in physical being. And we need to work with one another, for one another, and watch how we can grow together. It's not about I anymore, it's about we. It's a shift that we need to align with. And I'm speaking this video on a new moon in Scorpio, which is it's death, transformation, rebirth. And this video, I don't know when I'm going to post it because of what's transpiring currently in real time. But to go back to children being unconditional, they are able to just go onto a playground and make friends, and they play. They don't see color. They don't see separation. They see oneness. They are friendly. They live authentically. They live truthfully. So this is my invitation for you to step into your true, authentic self and thrive. It's going to feel uncomfortable. My gosh, it is so uncomfortable. It's the most rewarding experience, but it is also so painful. And people misunderstand that. It hurts to lose parts of yourself. And it hurts if you look at the birthing process. It's uncomfortable, it's painful to come through and enter through okay, we won't get like too technical, but labor is painful. Birth is painful. We come into the world screaming. We are crying. So it's a truth that one needs to understand, is that it is going to be painful. No doubt about it. And it's a never-ending process, because it is continuously letting go and releasing and birthing and shedding and inventing and transforming. Even just a butterfly coming out of the cocoon, it's so uncomfortable. A snake shedding its skin is uncomfortable. It is learning to become comfortable in the uncomfortable, and that is what I have mastered. Not mastered, but mastered. I'm in the process of continuously becoming better at feeling the pain. So to come back to the unfoldings, my body, my vessel is so tired, and my nervous system and what I look like should not be the case with regards to everything that I've been through. But I have continuously, through the most chaotic times, I choose to sit in stillness, and I choose to connect with my higher self. I choose to connect with my angels. I choose to connect with God. I choose to connect with various deities. I choose to connect with my ancestors. I choose to play. I choose to love myself first. And then by doing so, I'm able to handle what is going on around me much more clearly and calmly. So to make you understand about my nervous system, Mason's nervous system, and our nervous systems with everything that we've been through, Mason is able to regulate his nervous system. He hums every single day. And humming, the vibration of the hum and your throat regulates and calms your nervous system, and it allows you to relax. So he hums when he does schoolwork. He hums when he plays. He's humming all the time, and it's his way of regulating his nervous system, because that is it's his practice. The way I regulate my nervous system is by breathing, by doing yoga, moving my energy. I dance, I do somatic energy movements where I release the energy out of my body and I take the energy around my auric field, and I'm able to understand that energies are also attaching to me because of the light that I am. So I just want you to understand something, that I respect wholeheartedly various individuals and various organizations and various people that are doing all the good that they are doing in the world. And it's empowering to watch unfold. But if we can understand that we stand stronger together, and if we could emanate love and teach our children that love, that is when we start creating and thriving in our new earth environment. So I don't even know what else to say right now, because I just, like, I'm busy with so many projects at the moment, and I'm not earning an income. And it's the most it's the most peaceful place I've been in. And not a lot of people can say that. But it's because I've become so detached from any external aspect of self that I've been able to get to Dharma, which is a state of enlightenment, and I've been able to do so with various practices that are not traditional in the sense. I've learned to take, this is something else I want to share just quick. As children we play, and I've said this before. When I was a little girl, I used to play house. Okay, I had a doll and it was my baby, and I would change my baby and I would feed my baby and I would do the dishes and I would cook my food and I would clean my house and I would do all these things. And then I was a little teacher and I made all these like ABC cards, and I had a projector and I used to put up pictures and color in pictures, and I used to mark and I used to do tests, and I used to play, and I still do. I still play. I'm literally doing what I did as a kid, as a big person. My body's bigger. And I realize and I see the world in a very different way. When I drove today in the back of the Uber, I literally had this, like, there was a bakkie, and I saw the bakkie and I thought, oh my gosh, like, someone has built so little boys play with these tiny little bakkies, right? And they drive on the little road and then they park it in the garage. They build the garage. I'm just talking what Mason does. And then he builds this whole structure, and it's a building, and it's a double-story garage. And then the car, it's like a track. That is basically what humanity's done. We've grown up and we've literally taken what we did as children and we've incorporated it into our adult lives. And we've forgotten that it's actually fun. So everything that I do in life, I'm playing. So I've changed the narrative to say that I'm planning this retreat at the moment, and it's going to take place in India. And I'm busy dealing with this beautiful, beautiful individual who's in India, and co-collaborating with him, as well as my incredible business partner and soul sister. So when I first explained this aspect to him, I said, I do not believe in meetings. I'm changing the narrative. I don't like that word. It makes it sound serious and like we're having a meeting and we're going to sit now and we're going to discuss the protocol of, whoa. So I say that we're going to have a play date. Like, how fun does that sound? We're going to have a play date and we get to play. And whenever I go see my friend, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a play date, because that is, we've lost the lingo and the language and everything's just become this like work. Like, it's work to clean the house. No, it's not. It's freaking awesome. It's so much fun. I love cleaning the house. Like, I put on music and I'm like jamming, and then I'm like dusting, and then I'm like jamming. It's so much fun. So we've just forgotten to have fun, and I just want to remind you. I want to remind you that stop taking life so seriously. I'm literally going through the most intense period of my life. In 1 month, what has transpired is just unreal. It is unreal. But I'm having fun. So I'm going to end it now because I'm exhausted and I've still got things to go do. And it's a new moon and I'd like to just be in the new moon energy as well. But I don't know if I must say anything else about what's happening in my life. I think I've shared enough truth in one video. But to just go back to that individual, I prayed before the High Court hearing. I prayed and I sent love. I sent love to him. And I still send love to him continuously, regardless of how he's behaving towards me. And it's been sad to watch how he's continued to fight and cause pain or inflict pain on another being, on another human. So I guess I just want you to understand that throughout my life and everything that has happened, you know, when someone left teaching at my dance studio and basically took almost half of my clients, I still sent them love. I have chosen love and kindness every single time. There have been moments where I would feel anger or just frustration towards a situation that's transpiring. But again, you know, I explained this analogy to my mom. I'm going to explain 2 analogies because the light is also dimming and I don't know. I think, okay. So the first analogy that I just want to say before I go, I've made this analogy of, I'm riding my bicycle, okay? I'm riding and I'm riding and I'm riding. And then I go down the hill and I'm like, woo, this is so fun. And I don't know if I've said this analogy already. And if I have, I'm so sorry if I'm repeating myself. But this person's tampered with my brakes. So I crash my bicycle. Like, I crash it. And I'm like, oh, my knee, my leg, my elbow, ow. And my bike is in pieces. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to build my bike. I'm going to get back on and I'm going to go back up the hill. And I ride my bike and I ride my bike and I ride my bike. And I'm like, yes, woohoo, let's go again. And I ride down the hill. And it's been this cycle of crashing and building and going back up the hill. And then, you know, and now I explained it to my beautiful friend and my parents, and I don't know if I've explained it to you, but this time I decided I'm not taking the bicycle and I'm not fixing the bicycle, and I'm not like, I'm leaving the bicycle. The bicycle's staying now. I'm gonna walk back up the hill, and a helicopter's coming to fetch me because I'm leaving. I'm going up. I'm going higher, or I'm going to a different hill. So I've used that analogy. And then another analogy is to go back to feeling frustration on a situation, always giving love and kindness. But in moments you will feel frustrated, and you will feel like, jeepers, like, when are you going to stop? And the analogy I gave as well is, it's almost, you're holding a piece of meat by the gate, okay? And there's a dog behind the gate. And you keep doing this with the meat. The dog is eventually going to bite you. And the same analogy like implied towards a bear. If you're going to keep poking the bear is eventually going to stand up and stand firm and be like, you will no longer poke me. So respectfully, there have been moments like that, but I have always chosen kindness, and I've always chosen love over everything else. So I hope that you find, whatever situation you're in, and anything that I've said that may resonate with you, to help aid you in bettering whatever you are going through, and to make you understand that this is the most powerful tool that you have, and your body is the most powerful vessel that you can live in. So I'm gonna go now, because I'm just like, my mouth actually hurts from talking. So okay. And the light is dying, and I'm going darker and darker and darker. I think every time I film these videos, there's always something, like my phone battery, or there's a moth, or I don't know. It's just the storage, and now the light, and I'm tired. So I just really hope that my story inspires you to become better at anything, and understand that you are going to be able to become anything that you've ever put your heart and your mind to. So with that, I love you. And I don't even know if I was supposed to share anything else about what's actually transpired. But I'm sorry. Like, I'm actually just gonna go now. So bye.